Good evening. I'm Caden Von Clegg. Tonight I'm going to tell you a tale of shame, love, tragedy, not in that order. There was once in a distant land a beautiful woman who fell in love with the king. The two were married and she thereby became the queen. And they did live in wedded bliss until the king became increasingly busy with the affairs of state. He was visiting neighboring lands, tending to trade agreements and such. The queen became lonely. She took to taking long walks in the royal forest. One day, she heard sweetly playing in the distance the sound of a lute. She approached and found at its source a very handsome bard. I won't make a long story any longer than it needs to be, my friends. The two did dally in the woods. As you can imagine, in the aftermath, the queen was beside herself with guilt. She did the one thing she could think to do and approached her godfather. "Godfather," she said, "I have dallied in the woods with a bard. Tell me how I am to proceed." The godfather did not show mercy. He did not show compassion. He did not give her advice. Instead, he became enraged. Shouting, he threw her from his presence. "No goddaughter of mine," he shouted, "would dare defile herself in the woods with a filthy bard." The queen, in a flurry of emotions, fled from his presence and continued to run until her tears dried up. She was far from the kingdom now and wandering ever closer to dangerous territory, when who should pass by but a knight in shining armor. The knight did not recognize her as the queen, but recognized her as a damsel in distress. His code should have prevailed upon him. He should have gone to help her, to guide her back to safety, he knew, but he was busy and pushed his conscience aside and left her. The queen wandered further and further until she found herself in the wastes. Who should see her from his crystal ball but the sorcerer? The sorcerer, when a young man, would frequently destroy those who passed by the wastes, far away from the protections of the kingdom. But in his old age, his magic had grown weak, and in his pusillanimity, he sent his dragon to go and gobble her up. Well, the next thing that happened was that the dragon flew down over the wastes, strafing left and right. He approached the queen, and he did indeed gobble her up. The end. Now it is for you, my friends, to tell me, who among these characters, the queen, the king, the bard, the godfather, the knight, the sorcerer, the dragon, yes, who among these holds the most guilt? Who is most to blame for this, the tragedy of the queen? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below.